All right. So are you ready? We're going deep today.
Deep into
the world of Taylor Swift.
She's quite the icon, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. So whether you're, just finding out about Taylor or maybe get a little refresher, this one's for you. We're going off a beginner's biography.
Okay.
And we're going to try to break down how she went from, country to pop global domination.
Yeah, and it's a fascinating journey. And I think what's so interesting is how much her early beginnings really shaped her music.
Yeah.
Not a lot of pop stars out there who can say they grew up on a Christmas tree farm in Pennsylvania.
Right. No, not your typical pop star origin story.
Right.
But hey, maybe all those Christmas carols kind of floating around, Got her in the mood. But she was writing songs like by age 10.
Wow.
Playing guitar at 12, so clearly this wasn't just a phase.
This was not a phase.
They were serious about this.
Yeah. And when you listen back to those early albums, you can almost hear those Christmas tree farm roots.
Oh, really?
In the storytelling and the imagery.
Obviously.
It adds this authentic, almost like nostalgic flavor to her country sound.
I like that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So how does somebody go from, Pennsylvania Christmas tree farm to Nashville at 14?
Oh, that's a great question.
I mean, is it pure ambition, or is this like, destiny's calling, or what's going on?
I'd say it was probably a bit of both.
Okay.
She certainly had the drive and the raw talent, and she definitely had a supportive family that believed in her vision.
Yeah.
But Nashville is really where, things got started.
Great.
She lands a record deal at 15, releases her debut album at 16. 16. Self-titled Taylor Swift.
Wow.
Launched her career with hits like Tim McGraw.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It was really just pure country storytelling, and it resonated with a lot of people.
So she comes out swinging.
Right at the gate, yeah.
With Tim McGraw, and then Fearless comes out.
Oh, Fearless.
Well, she's not so fearless anymore, right? I mean,
yeah.
Superstar status.
Superstar status. And, it wasn't just the catchy tunes on that album.
Yeah.
It really captured something about, being a teenager. Those first loves and heartbreaks.
Oh, yeah.
And plus the production quality was top-notch.
It was good.
And it had this crossover appeal, bringing in, not just the country fans, but the pop fans, too.
Oh, yeah.
No wonder she won Album of the Year at the Grammys at just 19. 19 years old.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's basically unheard of.
Yeah, it is. And it really, cemented her as like a major talent.
Yeah, she was a force to be reckoned with.
So we've got the country princess, ruling the charts.
Yeah.
Where does she go from here?
Well, she doesn't stay in one lane for very long.
Okay.
She starts experimenting with her sound, bringing in more of those pop influences, while still, holding on to those country roots. And her album, Red, really embodies this transitional period.
Oh, Red, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a roller coaster of emotions.
It really was.
On that album, you've got We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together.
Classic.
But then also you've got like I Knew You Were Trouble.
Yeah.
Which is way more poppy.
Totally.
And I remember thinking like, okay, she's not afraid to kind of change it up here.
Exactly. It was like, Red felt like a bridge between two worlds.
Yeah.
And it really did show that she wasn't afraid to push boundaries.
No, she wasn't. And then, boom, 2014 hits, and she drops 1989.
1989.
Which was, talk about a pop explosion.
It's full on pop.
Even if you weren't a diehard fan, I bet you've danced to Shake It Off.
Oh, absolutely.
Or belted out Blank Space at karaoke.
At least once, right?
Those songs are hard to escape.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. So 1989 was really, a defining moment, not just for her, but for pop music in general.
Oh, yeah. It really solidified her transition to, global pop icon.
And it wasn't just, how catchy it was. It was also that you could tell she was like writing from a more mature place.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like she was being a little more introspective.
More introspective, yeah.
But she didn't stop there, did she?
Oh, no.
Tell me she kept going.
She keeps going. That's where it gets, even more interesting.
Okay.
Because she could have just stuck with that 1989 formula.
Right.
But she doesn't. She takes a sharp turn with Reputation.
Oh, Reputation. Yeah.
It's darker.
Okay.
Edgier. Almost a response to, all that media frenzy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, surrounding her personal life at the time.
See, that's what I love about Taylor Swift. She's never afraid to experiment.
No.
You know, show her different sides
Yeah.
through her music. And then just when everybody thinks they've got her figured out,
Yeah.
she surprises everyone with folklore and evermore.
Oh, completely different.
Stripped down, kind of like indie folk.
Almost like she went back to her storytelling roots, but
Oh,
with this,
no.
you know, newfound maturity and depth.
Talk about range, right?
Yeah, she really does it all.
From country princess to pop icon to like introspective folk artist.
Yeah.
What can't she do?
It's really quite remarkable.
It is.
And, you know, it's this constant evolution, this refusal to be boxed in,
Yeah.
that's really kept her at the forefront of the music industry for so long.
Yeah, she's been doing it for a while and she's still killing it.
She's still going strong.
I mean, we're talking about someone who has won 12 Grammys,
12 Grammys.
broken countless records, built this fiercely loyal fan base called the Swifties.
The Swifties are a force
The Swifties. Now, there's a phenomenon
that we need to unpack.
that we need to unpack. But before we get into that,
Okay.
all those awards,
Okay.
all that success, did it change her?
Good question.
Like, did she lose that, you know, down-to-earth girl next door vibe?
Well, that's what's so fascinating. Despite all of the fame and fortune, she's managed to maintain this sense of relatability, this genuine connection
Oh, wow.
with her fans. You know, it's like she's still that girl
Okay.
from the Christmas tree farm,
Yeah.
just with, you know, a bigger platform and
Yeah.
a whole lot more sparkle.
And a lot more sparkle, yeah. All right, that's part one of our Taylor Swift deep dive.
Okay.
We've covered a lot,
We have
but there's so much more to explore.
so much more.
I mean, we got to talk about the Swifties,
Yeah.
her songwriting, her impact on pop culture,
All of it.
all of it. And we can't forget those little fun facts.
Oh, yeah.
Like her love for cats and her, you know, obsession with the number 13.
Oh, yeah, 13.
Those little details that make her, you know, even more interesting.
Oh.
So stay tuned, because in part two, we're going even deeper into the world of Taylor Swift. Get ready to decode those lyrics,
Oh, yeah.
analyze those music videos,
Love it.
and really discover why she's captured the hearts of millions worldwide.
I'm ready.
Okay, so welcome back to our deep dive into all things Taylor Swift.
We're back.
We left off talking about how she stayed grounded, you know, despite all the fame.
It's impressive,
It is.
especially in that industry.
Right.
Yeah.
But we can't talk about Taylor Swift without talking about the Swifties.
Oh, the Swifties. There's something else.
They really are.
Yeah.
They're a whole phenomenon.
Unto themselves.
Yeah, and it's not just about liking her music. It's like this
Yeah.
deep connection, this sense of community,
She really is.
you know, that sets them apart from other fan bases.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, okay,
Yeah.
for those out there who are like new to the whole Swiftie thing, can you break down what makes them so unique?
Sure.
Like, what makes them more than just a fan base?
Yeah. Well, for starters, they're incredibly active online.
Okay.
I mean, you've got this vast network of fan accounts and forums and websites
Right.
where they just dissect
I see.
every lyric, every music video, every Instagram post.
Like every single detail.
It's amazing.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's like they're constantly piecing together
Wow.
this giant collaborative puzzle.
So they're not just passive listeners.
No, they're very active.
They're really engaged.
Yeah, they're like co-creators in a way.
I like that. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
And Taylor herself, I mean, she encourages this,
she does.
right? She's dropping clues in her lyrics, hiding little Easter eggs in the videos,
Exactly.
knowing that they're going to find them.
Yeah, and create these elaborate theories.
Yeah.
It's like this two-way street.
It's fun. It's fun.
It is.
It's like their own little language.
It's like a secret language.
Yeah. But it's not just online.
No, it's not. I mean, they're showing up for her concerts like hours early.
Really? Like, how early are we talking?
I mean, we're talking like days early.
Days.
Yeah,
Wow.
camping out.
Dedicated
Yeah.
to get those, you know,
So you get those front row seats.
front row seats. Yeah.
You know, and they're dressing up in these elaborate costumes and, you know, creating these incredible fan projects.
So it's next level fandom.
It really is. It's a level of dedication that you just don't see with many other artists.
That's true. That's true. So what is it about Taylor Swift
Yeah.
that inspires this kind of devotion? I mean, is it the catchy music or is there something more?
I think it's a combination of factors.
Okay.
You know, her music is incredibly relatable.
Yeah.
She writes about, you know, love, heartbreak, friendship, growing up, You know, those experiences that resonate with people.
All very universal.
Universal themes, yeah.
Yeah.
But then beyond that, she's really cultivated this image of being authentic, genuine,
Yeah.
approachable.
She does seem very down to earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just this distant pop star.
No.
You know, and she interacts with her fans online. I've heard she writes handwritten notes,
Oh, yeah.
you know, surprises them with gifts, meet and greets. It's like,
She's amazing.
yeah, it's like she's built this relationship
She's built a personal relationship.
with millions of people,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy to think about.
It is. Yeah. And that's why the Swifties are so fiercely loyal.
Makes sense.
You know, they feel seen and heard and appreciated by her.
Yeah.
They see her as, you know, a friend, a role model, a confidant.
Wow. So it really is like this family.
This massive extended family.
Yeah. United by their love for Taylor.
Exactly.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that sense of community, I mean, it's incredibly powerful.
It is.
They support each other, they celebrate each other's successes,
That's really cool.
and they even, you know, come together to raise money for charities,
wow.
you know, in Taylor's name. It's really inspiring to see
That's amazing.
how her music has created this, you know, force for good in the world.
So we've talked about the Swifties, this dedicated fan base.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the music itself. You know, what is it about her songwriting
Yeah.
that makes her stand out?
Well, I'd say her ability to tell a story through lyrics is just unparalleled.
Yeah, she's a great storyteller.
You know, she paints these vivid pictures with her words, creating characters, narratives that just draw you in
I see.
and make you feel like you're experiencing the emotions right alongside her.
Yes. She's like putting into words those feelings, you know, that sometimes you just can't explain.
Yeah.
Whether it's like, you know, first love
Or betrayal or, you know,
or just like self-discovery.
self-discovery. Yeah. She captures those moments with just raw honesty and vulnerability.
And she doesn't shy away from the tough topics.
No, she doesn't.
You know,
Oh,
insecurity,
that's
mental health. She's talking about it all
She really does. It's refreshing.
and makes it really relatable, I think.
Yeah. It's like she's saying it's okay to feel these things.
Yeah.
You know, you're not alone.
Yeah. Which is such a powerful message.
Powerful message.
Yeah. So her music is more than just entertainment then.
Bro, absolutely.
It's a source of comfort,
Comfort.
validation,
Motivation.
even empowerment.
Empowerment.
Yeah. But it's not just the lyrics,
No, it's not.
right? The music itself is, you know, catchy.
Good melodies, yeah.
Catchy melodies, yeah.
Hooks that get stuck in your head for days.
Oh, for sure.
And you know, she's constantly experimenting with different genres, different sounds, pushing the boundaries of pop music,
Yeah, she's not afraid to try new things.
but still maintaining that, you know,
That Taylor Swift.
that signature Taylor Swift stuff.
Yeah, you can hear, you know, the country in the early work,
Yeah.
the pop sensibility of 1989, the darker vibes of Reputation,
Yeah.
Folklore, and Evermore. It's like this,
It's like a journey.
it's a journey, yeah, and she keeps evolving,
Yeah.
but stays true to herself.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is impressive.
It is.
And let's not forget, you know, she's a great vocalist.
yeah.
She can belt out a ballad, but then also, you know, get really soft.
Yeah. Intimate.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she's got the range.
She does. She does. And then her live performances.
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen her concerts?
I have. They're not just concerts.
Or like spectacles?
They're full-blown theatrical productions.
Yeah, elaborate sets, costumes, choreography.
It's a visual feast.
Yeah, she does it big.
And she's a natural performer, too.
She is. She is.
Her energy is contagious.
Yeah, she seems like she's having so much fun.
And she knows how to connect with the audience
Yeah.
on this, you know, really personal level.
I've heard stories of her bringing fans on stage.
Yeah.
You know, giving shout outs like meet and greets.
She's great with her fans.
Yeah. So it really makes them feel like they're part of something special.
Yeah, it's all part of creating that immersive experience.
Yeah.
You know, that sense of community
Yeah.
that we were talking about.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it goes beyond the concert venue, too.
Right, because she interacts with them online and sends gifts and like throws parties.
Yeah, listening parties at her house.
It's crazy.
It's amazing.
So it's clear she really cares about her fans.
She does.
Yeah, that's a cool thing.
It is. That kind of connection is rare in the industry.
So true. But Taylor's impact goes beyond music and fandom.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's a cultural icon,
Yeah.
fashion trendsetter, philanthropist.
She does it all.
She really does, yeah.
She's used her platform to advocate for artists' rights,
Wow.
encourage young people to vote, donate millions of dollars to charities.
Wow.
She's not afraid to speak her mind,
No, she's...
even when it's, controversial.
Yeah, she's definitely faced her challenges, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, public feuds, legal battles.
Yeah.
She's been through a lot,
She has.
but always seems to come out, on top.
Yeah, she's resilient.
Yeah, and she uses her experiences
Yeah.
to fuel her creativity.
Yeah, and inspire her fans.
Yeah, she's like, this is how you handle it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what makes her so compelling, right?
Yeah, it is.
She's not perfect,
No.
but she owns her flaws.
And she uses her platform to make a positive impact.
Yeah, which is great.
It is.
So she's more than just a singer at this point.
Yeah, she's more than just a singer.
Role model,
Yeah.
businesswoman, philanthropist, advocate.
Force to be reckoned with.
She really is.
Yeah.
So we've covered a lot of ground
A lot of ground.
in this deep dive.
We have.
Yeah, we've explored her musical journey, songwriting,
Yeah.
fan base, cultural impact.
All of it.
But as we wrap up part 2,
Yeah.
we're left with this question.
Okay.
What is it about Taylor Swift
Yeah.
that keeps her
At the
at the forefront?
of pop culture.
Yeah, why does she keep resonating
Yeah.
with all these audiences
Yeah.
across generations?
Why?
Is it the music? Is it the lyrics,
The persona.
the persona, the fandom?
Or a combination of all of it.
I think it's a combination of all of it.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's a question worth pondering
It is.
as we head into part 3
All right.
of our deep dive into Taylor Swift. Okay, so welcome back to the final part of our Taylor Swift deep dive.
I can't believe we're already here.
I know, right? Time flies when you're having fun, huh?
It really does.
So we've gone through, her music, her fans, her impact.
Yeah, pretty much everything.
But we left off with this question, what is it about her?
What keeps people coming back?
Yeah, what keeps people coming back for more,
Why is she still at the top?
Why is she still so relevant after all these years?
It's a good question.
It is a good question.
Yeah, one that, critics and commentators have been asking for, over a decade.
And it's tough to answer.
Right. There's no simple answer.
Yeah.
But I think a big part of it is her ability to evolve
Okay.
while staying true to who she is.
So it's not just reinventing herself with every album. There's a through line.
There's got to be some consistency.
Yeah, an authenticity,
Yeah.
a core.
A core essence.
Yeah, that resonates with people.
Exactly.
Okay, so she's, she can try different things.
Yeah, she's not afraid to experiment.
Like country, pop. She dipped her toes in folk,
Yeah, a little bit of alternative.
but it always feels like Taylor.
Exactly. It's always authentically her.
And that evolution, it's not just the music.
No, it's her as a person, too.
It's personal.
Yeah, I mean, she's basically grown up in the public eye.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah. Navigated heartbreak, feuds, all the criticism.
It hasn't been easy,
Not always, no.
but she puts it all into the music.
Yeah, and lets her fans witness her growth.
It's kind of like, a shared diary in a way.
It is, yeah.
Like chronicling the ups and downs of life.
It's all very human, very relatable.
Yeah, I can see why it connects with people.
Of all ages, too.
Yeah, whether you're like a teenager or like a full-fledged adult,
Yeah.
you can always find something in her music
There's something there for everyone.
that speaks to you. Yeah. I think another reason she's stayed on top is because she's really smart when it comes to business.
She is a savvy businesswoman.
Yeah, it's not just raw talent.
Yeah.
She knows how to work it.
Yeah, she's very strategic.
From the early days with record labels to recently getting, ownership back of her masters.
Yeah, she's a great example for young artists.
She's like, this is how you do it.
You can have it all.
Yeah. Creative and financial success.
Exactly.
And then there's fashion and pop culture.
Oh, yeah, don't even get me started.
I mean, she's a trendsetter.
A style icon
Everything she touches.
turns to gold.
Yeah, it's amazing.
From that red lipstick to the stage costumes.
Oh, yeah, those are iconic.
She's sparked countless trends.
And then her music videos.
They're like mini movies.
They are pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, really creative.
It all comes back to that connection she makes, though.
Definitely.
Like that emotional connection with people.
Her music,
It's more than just music.
It's comfort.
Yeah.
It's escape.
Validation.
It's validation.
Empowerment.
Yeah, it's powerful.
It is. And I think in a world where things feel crazy sometimes, Taylor's music, it's like
It's a constant.
Yeah, it's stability.
Yeah, it's
It reminds you that, like, you're not alone.
That's such an important message.
So as we wrap up our deep dive,
Yeah, this has been fun.
it has been fun. We really encourage you to, explore her music.
Dive in.
Dive in, yeah.
Pay attention to those lyrics.
The production.
Yeah.
How it's all evolved.
Then maybe you'll figure out why Taylor Swift is
Yeah.
still so captivating. I think we all want to know.
This has been an incredible journey.
It has.
From Christmas tree farms,
To stadiums.
country darling to pop icon.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift's story really shows you what you can do
With talent.
with ambition.
And authenticity.
Yeah. And who knows what the future holds.
Right.
One thing's for sure.
She'll keep us on our toes.
She will. She'll keep surprising us,
Yeah.
challenging us,
Inspiring us.
inspiring us
With her music.
with her spirit.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
This was great.
It was great. Until next time,
Yeah.
keep exploring
Keep learning.
and keep the music playing.
Welcome to our video. If you often forget words when speaking English, you're not alone. Today, we'll explore the main reasons behind this common problem and offer some practical tips to help you overcome it. One primary reason people forget words is a lack of regular practice. Without using the language often, it's easy to forget vocabulary. For example, if you don't use the word umbrella often, you might forget it when you need it. Another instance is when you haven't talked about a specific hobby, like knitting, for a while, and you struggle to recall the word during a conversation. Feeling anxious or stressed can also make it hard to remember words. When you're nervous, your brain can become overwhelmed. Imagine you're giving a presentation, and suddenly you forget simple words due to stage fright. Another example is during a job interview, where the pressure causes you to blank on words you use daily. A limited vocabulary can also cause you to forget words. If you don't know many words, it's harder to recall them. For instance, if you only know a few words to describe weather, you might struggle to find the right one. Imagine trying to describe a hailstorm but only knowing the word rain. Similarly, if you lack terms for various emotions, you might find it difficult to express feelings beyond happy or sad. Many learners translate from their native language, which can slow down recall. This extra step can cause you to forget words. Think about how you might say apple in your language before remembering it in English. Another example is thinking of the word car in your native language before recalling it in English, which can slow your conversation. Practice speaking English regularly. The more you use the language, the better you'll remember words. Try speaking with friends or using language exchange apps daily. For instance, set up a daily chat with a language partner where you discuss different topics each day. You might talk about your favorite movies one day and your weekend plans the next. Use relaxation techniques to reduce anxiety. Deep breathing or mindfulness can help calm your nerves. Before a presentation, take a few deep breaths to relax. Another method is practicing mindfulness exercises before important conversations or meetings, helping you stay calm and focused. Work on expanding your vocabulary by learning new words every day. Use flashcards or apps to help. For instance, learn a new word like delightful and use it in a sentence, such as, "The weather today is delightful." Another approach is to keep a vocabulary journal where you write down new words and phrases you encounter daily. Learn words in context. Read books, watch movies, and listen to conversations in English. If you learn bake while watching a cooking show, you're likely to remember it better. You might also read news articles and highlight new vocabulary, then use those words in your own sentences. Try to think directly in English rather than translating from your native language. This can speed up recall. Practice by describing objects around you in English without translating first. For example, instead of thinking, "This is a mesa," think directly, "This is a table." Another exercise is narrating your day in English, focusing on using English words for everything you do. Imagine you practice with a friend daily. Over time, you'll notice your vocabulary improving and forgetting words less often. You might start with simple conversations and gradually move to more complex topics as you become more comfortable. Before a job interview, you practice deep breathing. When it's time to speak, you're calm and remember your words. You could also use visualization techniques, imagining yourself successfully answering questions with confidence. You decide to learn 5 new words every week. After a month, you notice you're using more words without hesitation. For example, if you learn the words elaborate, concise, navigate, perception, and integrate, you can start incorporating them into your daily conversations. You read a novel and pick up new words and context. Later, you find it easier to remember and use them in conversation. For instance, reading a detective novel might introduce you to words like alibi or clue, which you then use in related discussions. You practice thinking in English by describing your daily routine. This helps you recall words faster without translating. For example, narrate your morning routine. I wake up, brush my teeth, have breakfast, and go to work. To recap, the main reasons you might forget words are lack of practice, anxiety, limited vocabulary, translating, and lack of contextual learning. Understanding these can help you address the problem effectively. Remember, the best tips to overcome this are regular practice, relaxation techniques, expanding your vocabulary, contextual learning, and avoiding translation. Consistency is key. The more you practice, the more natural speaking English will become. Make English a part of your daily routine by integrating it into everyday activities. Stay calm and confident. Using relaxation techniques can help you think clearly and remember words. Believe in yourself and your ability to improve. Don't be afraid to learn new words. Expanding your vocabulary is a continuous process that will benefit you greatly. Keep challenging yourself with new words and phrases. Learning in context makes a huge difference. Immerse yourself in English through various media. The more you expose yourself to English, the better you'll remember it. Thinking directly in English takes practice but is very effective. It can help you recall words faster and more accurately. Practice thinking in English throughout your day by describing your surroundings and activities. Remember, everyone struggles with this at some point. With persistence and the right techniques, you can improve. Keep practicing. Stay calm and enjoy the learning process. Thank you for watching. We hope these tips help you remember words better when speaking English. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more language learning tips. See you next time.
All right, welcome back to the deep dive. So, you're prepping for a trip, getting ready to travel.
It's exciting.
Super exciting, right? You want to make sure you're ready, your English is all set to make the most of that experience.
Yeah.
So we are going on a deep dive into some essential travel vocabulary.
That's fun.
We've got a great resource here. It's nicely organized, breaks it down first by location,
Okay.
airport, hotel, restaurant, you name it. And then within each location, you've got beginner, intermediate, advanced.
I like that.
Yeah, it gives you options, right?
Yeah.
Plus, it even has some sample dialogue, so you can actually hear these phrases in action, hear how they're used.
That's a really practical approach.
Yeah.
Because honestly, learning a language for travel, it's not about, reciting grammar rules perfectly.
Yeah.
It's about confidently handling those real-world situations.
Exactly.
Right.
So let's picture ourselves. We're at the airport.
Okay.
Maybe a little overwhelming, even for seasoned travelers.
Oh, it's true. Busy place. Lots going on.
Yeah, so many people, different languages.
But even having a few basic phrases down can just make such a difference in how smoothly things go.
For sure.
Especially check-in, baggage claim.
Yeah.
Keeping it simple and direct avoids confusion.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you know what I love about these intermediate phrases? They cover those little things that just make a flight more comfortable.
It's that.
Like how to request an aisle seat.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one to have.
Yeah.
For sure. Nobody wants the middle seat on a long flight.
No, you don't. And speaking of potential stress points, knowing how to ask about excess baggage fees,
Oh, yeah.
that could save you some trouble, save you some money at the counter.
Definitely.
Yeah. Now, these advanced phrases, they really show you're a seasoned traveler,
Okay.
like confirming baggage allowances beforehand or, navigating that priority boarding process.
You've thought ahead. You're prepared.
So as you're prepared, yeah. What stands out to you about the sample dialogues for this section?
Well, I think the one where you're asking about baggage allowance policy is good.
Yeah. Okay. Let's try it out.
Okay.
Imagine you're at the check-in counter. Excuse me. Could you please confirm the baggage allowance policy for international flights?
Certainly. You're allowed 2 checked bags weighing up to 23 kilograms each.
Perfect. See, you're speaking the language of the airport. All right, so we've made it through check-in security. Let's fast forward. We've arrived at the hotel.
Okay.
This is another place where just clear communication can really elevate the experience.
For sure. At that beginner level, it's all about the essentials, right?
Yeah.
Checking in, getting your key, figuring out when checkout is.
Yeah. And it's so important to have your reservation details handy, too, in case there's a mix-up.
Good point.
Now, we level up to the intermediate phrases. I'm seeing some really handy ones here.
Like what?
Like asking if breakfast is included.
Oh, always a good one.
Key question. And, just don't be afraid to advocate for your needs, whether it's asking for extra towels, inquiring about amenities. Remember, being polite but assertive can make your stay more comfortable.
Absolutely.
Okay, now these advanced phrases.
All right.
Really impressive.
What do we got?
Requesting late checkout, inquiring about concierge services.
You're traveling in style.
You are. What I like about these phrases is that they show you're interested in more than just the basics,
Yeah.
Like asking for local attraction recommendations, it shows that you want to really experience the destination.
Like a local.
Yeah, like a local. All right, let's put some of these advanced phrases into action.
Okay.
Imagine you've just arrived at your hotel. You want to make the most of your stay.
Okay.
You walk up to the desk, you say, "Good evening, I have a reservation under your name, and if you have a moment, I'd love to get some recommendations for local attractions, especially anything within walking distance."
Of course. Here's your key. We also have this great map highlighting nearby points of interest. There's a fantastic local market just a few blocks away. I highly recommend checking it out.
Look at you, settling right in. You've mastered the airport, the hotel, but now I think it's time we talk about one of the best parts of any trip.
What's that?
Food.
Food, absolutely.
It's such an incredible window into a culture.
It is.
And even if your vocabulary is limited, having a few basic phrases can make your dining experiences so much more enjoyable.
For sure.
Ordering from a menu, asking about the price, just navigating those initial interactions can feel so much smoother.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how much a simple please and thank you can go, even if that's all the local language you know.
It does. It shows respect.
It does. It shows respect, a willingness to engage.
Yeah.
Now, these intermediate phrases, they're starting to get into some fun territory.
What are we talking about?
Like asking about the specialty of the house.
Oh, good one.
Right.
Yeah.
What a great way to try something new, something exciting.
You discover those hidden gems that way. Not always in the guidebooks.
You do. And requesting recommendations from your server,
Oh, yeah.
it shows that you're open to exploring local flavors.
It does. It shows a willingness to go beyond your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Which can lead to some amazing experiences.
Some really memorable culinary experiences. What are your thoughts on the advanced phrases in this section?
Well, I'm impressed with the level of detail here.
Yeah.
Handling dietary restrictions,
Yeah.
inquiring about wine pairings. You're a foodie expert.
You are.
It's great. And, even if you don't consider yourself a foodie, having a phrase ready for, if your steak's undercooked,
Oh, yeah.
that can be helpful. It's
Yeah.
about being able to communicate your needs clearly, but politely. you
Yeah.
know, even in a slightly awkward situation.
Yeah. And this sample dialogue is a perfect example of that. Let's imagine you're at a lovely restaurant, but you need to check about vegetarian options.
Okay.
Excuse me, are there any vegetarian options on the menu?
Yes, of course. We have a delightful lentil stew and a roasted vegetable pasta that are both quite popular.
So polite and helpful. Now, with our stomachs full, our confidence boosted, I think it's time we head out and explore the city.
Sounds like an adventure.
Yeah. This section is all about giving you the tools to navigate a new place with confidence. From basic directions to figuring out the best way to get somewhere, we've got you covered.
Great. Yeah, and sometimes those unexpected detours lead to the most interesting discoveries.
That's so true. Speaking of detours, I'm really curious about these intermediate phrases for asking about alternative routes or reporting delays. It's like you're anticipating the unexpected.
Exactly. Because, let's be real, travel rarely goes exactly according to plan.
Right.
Being able to adapt on the fly, that's crucial.
It is. What are your thoughts on the advanced phrases for this section?
Well, these definitely take things to the next level.
Yeah.
Booking private cars, understanding toll systems, even handling car rentals.
You're a transportation pro.
It's all about giving you that flexibility to explore a destination on your own terms.
I like
Whether you're sticking to public transport or venturing off the beaten path, having these phrases in your toolkit, it can really empower you.
Okay, let's put our transportation vocabulary to the test.
All right.
Imagine we're at a bustling train station. We need to catch our next train.
Okay.
Excuse me, what time does the next train to your destination depart?
The next train departs from Platform 5 at 10:15 a.m. Would you like me to show you where that is?
Wow, we're on our way. Now, we've tackled getting around, but there's another essential part of travel we need to talk about.
What's that?
Shopping.
Oh, yes.
Shopping.
It's such a fun way to experience a new place, whether you're browsing local markets for souvenirs or, seeking out those one-of-a-kind treasures.
Absolutely.
And this section has phrases for every kind of shopping experience, from, simple inquiries to those more nuanced interactions.
Even at that beginner level, having those essential phrases down can make a big difference.
Yeah.
Asking about prices, sizes, do they accept credit cards? It helps you navigate those initial exchanges. Yeah. And I think it's important to remember that, even if you don't speak the local language fluently, showing that you're making an effort to communicate respectfully, it can really enhance those interactions.
I agree.
It can. Now, the intermediate phrases, they're all about engaging with the shopping experience more deeply.
Okay.
Expressing interest, asking for assistance, even trying on clothes. It takes things to the next level.
Yeah.
I love how practical these phrases are. Let's be honest, we've all been in that situation where you need to ask, do you have this in a different size? Or can I try this on? Having those phrases ready can be a lifesaver.
It's true. It's about being able to communicate your needs clearly and confidently.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the advanced phrases here?
Well, these are for the true shopping aficionado. Bargaining, inquiring about specific items, even complimenting the craftsmanship.
You're a master negotiator.
And it's about more than just making a purchase.
Yeah.
It's about appreciating the artistry, the cultural significance behind the objects you're buying. Complimenting someone's work can create a special connection.
It's those little moments of human connection that can make a trip so memorable.
For sure.
Now, we've talked about a lot of positive travel scenarios, but it's also important to be prepared for those, just in case moments.
Right.
So let's talk about handling emergencies.
Okay, this is where clear, concise communication is absolutely crucial.
Yeah.
Knowing a few key phrases can make all the difference in getting the help you need, especially in a stressful situation.
Absolutely. At the beginner level, it's about mastering those essential phrases. Calling for help, explaining that you need a doctor, reporting a theft.
Right.
It's about knowing how to get your message across in those critical moments.
And even if you don't know a lot of, medical terminology,
Right.
being able to convey some basic information is so helpful.
It is. The intermediate phrases cover things like describing symptoms, explaining allergies, finding the nearest pharmacy.
It's like having a little mini first aid kit
Yes.
of essential phrases.
Ready to go. What stands out to you in the advanced phrases for this section?
Well, these phrases are about being prepared for, more complex medical situations,
Okay.
describing pre-existing conditions, requesting specific medications, even understanding insurance coverage.
Yeah.
It can really put your mind at ease.
It can. It's about being proactive and informed, which can be so empowering, especially when you're far from home.
Exactly.
So let's imagine a scenario where you need to seek medical attention.
Okay.
You walk up to the desk and you say, "Excuse me, I need to see a doctor. I'm feeling unwell and I think I might have a fever."
Certainly, I can help you with that. Is there a particular type of doctor you need to see?
See, having those phrases ready can make a potentially stressful situation so much more manageable.
Absolutely.
Now, let's shift gears and talk about something a little lighter.
Okay.
Social situations.
Ah, yes. Social interactions, such a vital part of travel.
They are. They allow you to connect with people, learn about different cultures, and create those lasting memories. And this section covers the whole spectrum of social interactions, from basic greetings to those more, in-depth conversations.
At the beginner level, it's all about those foundational phrases. Saying hello, introducing yourself, expressing basic courtesies.
Yeah.
Those are the building blocks of any social interaction.
They are, and I think it's easy to underestimate the power of those simple greetings. Even a warm smile and a hello can go a long way in establishing a connection.
Especially when you're in a new environment.
Yeah.
Those small gestures can make you feel more comfortable and approachable.
They do, they do. Now, the intermediate phrases are about taking those conversations a step further.
Okay.
Asking questions, sharing information about yourself, even expressing opinions.
It's about engaging with the people you meet and learning from their perspectives.
It is. It is. I'm really enjoying these advanced phrases for social situations.
Yeah.
They take things to a whole new level.
They do, don't they? Expressing gratitude, giving compliments, even engaging in a little bit of lighthearted banter. It shows you're really comfortable with the language.
It's about connecting with people on a deeper level and embracing those cultural nuances.
I like that.
Let's try out one of these advanced phrases.
Okay.
Imagine you've just met someone new. You want to keep the conversation going.
Okay.
You say, "Hello, my name is your name. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm visiting from your city. What's your favorite thing about living here?"
It's lovely to meet you too. I love the vibrant energy of this city. There's always something happening, and the people are so welcoming.
Wonderful. You've sparked a conversation that could lead to all sorts of new discoveries.
Exactly.
Okay, we've covered social interactions, but there's another essential aspect of travel we need to address.
What's that?
Transportation.
Ah, yes. Transportation, the lifeline of any trip.
It is. It's how you get from point A to point B, experience the landscapes, and sometimes even have those unexpected adventures along the way.
That's right.
And this section has everything you need to know, from asking for directions to mastering different modes of transport.
For sure. At that beginner level, it's all about those essential interactions.
Yeah.
Asking about bus or train schedules, purchasing tickets, even requesting assistance with your luggage.
Yeah.
These phrases are your foundation for navigating public transport.
It's amazing how much freedom and flexibility you gain when you know how to confidently use public transportation.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts on the intermediate phrases in this section?
Well, they're all about being resourceful and adaptable.
Okay.
Asking about alternative routes, clarifying destinations, even reporting delays.
Yeah.
It's about being prepared for those unexpected twists and turns that travel often throws our way.
It's about embracing the unknown and turning those potential challenges into opportunities for adventure.
Yeah, those intermediate phrases are so helpful because even, seasoned travelers,
Yeah,
you can find yourself in those unfamiliar situations.
for sure.
I've definitely had to, double check a route or ask for clarification, know.
Absolutely. It's all about being comfortable asking for help when you need it.
Yeah.
Now, we've covered a lot of ground today. Airports, restaurants, shopping, transportation.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one more crucial aspect of travel we need to discuss.
What's that?
Accommodation.
Accommodation. True. That's your home base, right?
It is.
Your sanctuary while you're exploring a new place.
It is. And having the right vocabulary can really make a difference in how comfortable and enjoyable that stay is.
For sure.
This section breaks it down, starts with those basics at the beginner level.
Okay.
Confirming your reservation, requesting your room key, inquiring about those essential amenities.
Yeah.
These phrases really set you up for a smooth check-in experience.
They do. And, those first impressions at a hotel can really shape your whole perception of your stay.
Oh, they can?
Being able to communicate your needs clearly and politely from the get-go, that can make all the difference.
I completely agree. Now, these intermediate phrases are all about taking things a step further, ensuring your comfort throughout your stay, requesting extra towels, reporting any maintenance issues, even asking for a wake-up call.
Yeah, those are the things that can turn a good stay into a great one.
They are. It's about being proactive and addressing any little hiccups that come up.
Right. And remember, most hotels really want to make sure their guests are happy.
Oh, yeah.
So don't hesitate to speak up if something's not right.
Exactly. Speaking of speaking up, these advanced phrases are all about maximizing that accommodation experience.
Okay, what have we got?
Requesting room upgrades, inquiring about concierge services, even providing feedback on your stay.
You're a hotel expert.
I'm trying. And it's about more than just getting the best room or the most luxurious amenities, right?
Right.
It's about being an engaged and informed guest.
Yeah.
Providing that feedback, both positive and constructive, shows that you value the effort that goes into creating that welcoming, hospitable environment.
I like that.
Let's imagine, okay, you've just arrived at your hotel, you want to get settled in, you're curious about the amenities. You say, "Good evening, I have a reservation under your name, and could you tell me a bit about the hotel's amenities? I'm particularly interested in the fitness center and the spa."
Welcome. We have a state-of-the-art fitness center, open 24 hours a day, and our spa offers a variety of treatments and services. We can certainly arrange a tour for you if you'd like.
Look at you making yourself right at home. Now, we've talked about, positive side of accommodation. Let's be real. Sometimes things don't go perfectly smoothly.
True.
So let's talk about how to handle those tricky situations when they arise.
Okay, this is where clear and assertive communication is key.
Yeah. At the beginner level, it's about mastering those essential phrases for reporting a problem, requesting assistance, expressing dissatisfaction.
Right.
It's about making your concerns known in a clear and respectful way.
Yeah. And remember, even if you don't know all the technical terms to describe a problem,
Right.
just being able to explain the situation in simple language can get you a long way.
It can. The intermediate phrases take things a step further, allowing you to describe the problem in more detail, suggest possible solutions, follow up on your request.
Yeah, it's about advocating for yourself.
Yeah.
Making sure your needs are met.
What are your thoughts on the advanced phrases in this section?
Well, these phrases are for those situations where, a more assertive approach might be necessary.
Okay.
Escalating a complaint, requesting to speak to a manager, even understanding your rights as a guest.
Yeah.
These could be really empowering.
It's about knowing your options, being prepared to stand your ground if you need to.
Right.
But remember, even in those challenging situations, maintaining a polite and respectful tone can go such a long way in achieving a positive outcome.
Absolutely.
All right, let's imagine a scenario. You encounter a problem in your room.
Okay.
You go to the front desk, you say, "Excuse me, I'm afraid there's a problem with my room. The air conditioning isn't working, and it's quite uncomfortable."
I apologize for the inconvenience. We'll send someone up right away to take a look. In the meantime, would you like a fan to help cool the room down?
Perfect. You handled that situation with grace and efficiency.
Thank you.
Now, we've covered so much in this deep dive. Airports, hotels, dining, social interactions.
Leading the journey.
But there's one more essential ingredient to successful travel that I want to touch on.
What's that?
Cultural awareness.
Cultural awareness. So important.
It is. It's about recognizing and appreciating the diversity of customs, traditions, social norms around the world.
Absolutely.
Approaching every interaction with respect and an open mind.
Yeah.
This section really emphasizes, being mindful, adapting our behavior to the local customs.
Right.
Even at that beginner level, those basic gestures of politeness and respect, like saying please and thank you, can make such a big difference in how you're perceived.
It's true. It's those little acts of courtesy that show you're making an effort
Yeah.
to understand and respect the local culture.
The intermediate phrases delve a little bit deeper, navigating social situations, understanding dining etiquette, even being mindful of religious practices.
Right.
It's about being observant, adapting our behavior to those subtle cues.
I agree.
What are your thoughts on the advanced phrases for cultural awareness?
Well, these really highlight the transformative power of, cultural immersion.
Yeah.
Understanding nonverbal communication, appreciating cultural values, even engaging in those meaningful conversations about local traditions.
Yeah.
It's about going beyond the surface and connecting with the heart of a culture.
It's about moving from being a passive observer to an active participant in that cultural landscape.
Like that.
Let's imagine a scenario. You're visiting a temple. You're unsure about the etiquette.
Okay.
You ask, "Excuse me, is it appropriate for me to take photos inside the temple?"
Photography is not permitted inside the temple as a sign of respect for the sacred space.
Yeah.
However, you are welcome to take photos of the exterior architecture.
See, a simple question can help you avoid an unintentional cultural faux pas,
It can?
and it shows a genuine desire to be respectful.
Yeah.
Well, we've covered a lot in this deep dive into English travel vocabulary.
We have.
From navigating those airports and hotels to handling emergencies, immersing ourselves in new cultures, we've equipped you with the phrases, the strategies to confidently handle a whole range of situations.
I hope so.
So as you embark on your next adventure, remember to embrace that power of communication, be respectful of those different cultures, and most importantly,
Yeah.
have fun.
Have fun. Safe travels.
Safe travels, everyone, and we'd love to hear from you.
Oh, yeah.
What aspect of travel are you most looking forward to using your newfound English skills for?
Let us know.
Let us know.
Okay, so let's be real for a sec. Small talk, right? It can be like the most awkward thing ever. Like when you're stuck in a situation and you know you should be chatting, but your mind just goes blank. Anyone else? Feel me on that. But get this. What if I told you that this deep dive could actually turn that dread into pure confidence? And we're going to do it using a source you'd never expect. A video script, get this, for people learning English.
I know, right? Sounds a little out there. But seriously, this script is full of stuff that goes way deeper than just language. It's like a secret masterclass in how humans connect, hidden inside an English lesson.
Okay, I gotta admit, when you first mentioned this source, I was kind of like, how can something for total beginners help someone who's already fluent?
That's fair, totally. But the cool thing here is, by breaking small talk down into these simple steps, it actually shows you the psychology behind how we connect. Like, it's a cheat sheet for building rapport, even if you never needed help with English in the first place.
So it's more about understanding the, deeper game, not just memorizing lines.
Exactly. For example, the script makes a big deal about greetings and weather talk, stuff we might think is just filler.
Yeah, I always thought that stuff was kind of pointless.
Right. But they actually serve a super important purpose. Like, humans are literally wired to bond over shared experiences.
Okay.
Even something as simple as complaining about the heat or, whatever the weather's doing.
Okay, yeah, I guess I can see that.
It creates that instant common ground, that we're in this together feeling, which is huge for starting any kind of connection.
Wow, that's actually so true. I never thought about it that way.
And the script goes even further. Instead of those boring old greetings like, "Hi, how are you?" it gives you phrases that fit the specific situation so you get a better response.
Oh, I like where this is going. Give me an example.
So say you're at a party. Instead of that robotic, "Hi, how are you?" try something like, "What brings you here?"
Way more interesting, right?
Way more. It's like you're actually interested, not just saying words. Exactly. It shows you're paying attention and they actually get to share something about themselves. It's what they call a strong bid in, like conversation analysis stuff. Each thing we say is a bid to connect.
Ooh, I'm digging this bidding concept. So we're all just out here trying to make the strongest bid to connect.
Totally. And this script is giving us all the winning moves. Another one they have is, instead of just saying nice weather, you could say something like, "This weather's crazy, right?"
It's like inviting the other person in on the joke. I like it. So it's making small talk feel, I don't know, less robotic. But what really stood out to me was the role-playing part.
Ah, yes. That's where the magic really happens. The people who made this script, they get it. Knowing the right words isn't enough. You got to actually practice using them. And role-playing is the best way to do that.
But what if you don't have someone to practice with? Isn't that kind of, I don't know, weird to do alone?
For sure. But you can totally do it in your head. It's called mental rehearsal. Basically, you just picture yourself in different situations.
Hold on. So you're saying by just imagining myself rocking these small talk moments, I'm actually getting better at it in real life?
You got it. Might sound a little strange, but neuroscientists have found that when you rehearse something mentally, your brain fires up the same way it does when you're actually doing the thing.
No way. That's so cool. It's like training your brain for social situations, like a cheat code for confidence. I'm already feeling less terrified about networking events or, just parties in general.
It's crazy, right? How powerful our brains are. Like, this script really shows you how to use that power to, level up your social skills.
I like that, level up. So we've talked about greetings, weather talk, even practicing in your head. What else does this script have up its sleeve?
Okay, so one thing that really impressed me was the questions. They go way beyond those typical boring questions like, "Where are you from?" or "What do you do?" The usual suspects.
Yeah, those can be so snooze fest sometimes.
Right. Instead, they give you all these questions that are actually interesting, designed to, spark real conversations.
Okay, I'm all about those real conversations. Tell me more. Give me the good stuff.
So instead of asking, "What do you do?" which can feel kind of like a job interview, they suggest asking, "What do you like to do for fun?"
I mean, that's a classic for a reason, right? It gets people talking about what they're actually passionate about.
Exactly. It's like you're inviting them to show you their real selves, not just their LinkedIn profile. And if you really want to go deeper, you could try something like, "What's the most interesting thing you've done lately?"
Ooh, I like that one. It's like a sneak peek into their adventures. You might even discover you have some cool stuff in common.
Totally. Plus, it shows you're actually curious about them, not just trying to fill the silence. And they even have specific questions for different situations. Like, if you're at a dinner party, you could ask, "Have you tried any good restaurants lately?"
Perfect. Everyone loves talking about food. Instant conversation starter, right there.
It's true. It's something we can all relate to, like enjoying a good meal. Okay, so we've covered greetings, weather talk, asking interesting questions, even mental rehearsal. But what about when you're ready to, make your escape? Does this script help with that too?
Yeah, like how do you end a conversation without being rude?
Don't worry, they got you covered. They have a bunch of different closing phrases depending on the situation. From a simple, "it was nice talking to you," to something more like, "hey, we should grab coffee sometime."
Oh, I love that they include those follow-up suggestions.
Yeah.
Sometimes you really do click with someone, and it's good to have a way to, keep things going.
Exactly. It shows you're confident and interested, which is always a good look. And even if they can't meet up, it still leaves a good impression. They'll remember you as someone who actually wanted to connect.
Yeah, it's like planting a seed, right? You never know where those initial conversations might lead. What about those times when you just need a quick, casual exit, though, like you're running late or something?
No problem. They have those too. They suggest things like "catch you later" or "have a great day." Those are perfect for keeping it light and friendly without feeling like you have to hang around forever.
Okay, so whether you're aiming for a lifelong friendship or just a quick chat, it sounds like this script has given us a whole toolbox for navigating the social world.
Yeah. It's like they took all the guesswork out of small talk and gave us a clear path to follow. It's pretty amazing.
And what's so cool is that this script, even though it's for people learning English, it actually shows us some really deep things about human connections, like a reminder that we all want to feel understood, even in those little everyday conversations.
So true. And I think that's what makes this deep dive so valuable. We're not just learning phrases, we're learning about what makes us human and how even a short conversation can make a difference, create a ripple effect.
It's like we're seeing the world through a whole new lens now, right?
Yeah.
And that brings us to the best part, putting it all into practice. We've talked about a lot today, the different phases of small talk, how to make a bid for connection, even practicing in your head. But now it's your turn, dear listener. Take these ideas and make them your own.
Yes. This is where the real transformation happens. We've given you the tools. Now it's up to you to use them. And remember, you don't have to be perfect. The goal isn't to become some kind of small talk robot.
Exactly. Be yourself, be genuine, and use these techniques to connect with people in a real way. So let's recap the top 3 things we've learned from this unexpected deep dive into, mastering small talk. First, small talk isn't just random. There's a structure you can follow to make those conversations flow.
Second, the words you use actually matter. This script has given us tons of phrases that are interesting, thoughtful, and perfect for different situations.
And third, practice, practice, practice. Whether you're practicing in your head or even role-playing with a friend, the more you do it, the more confident and natural you'll become.
It really is freeing, right?
Yeah.
Knowing you have these tools, it takes away that fear of messing up or saying the wrong thing.
For sure. It's like having this, secret weapon for social situations. And honestly, the biggest thing I'm taking away from this is small talk doesn't have to be something you dread. It can actually be fun, a way to connect with people,
100%. What about you? What's sticking with you from all this? What did you find most helpful from looking at this script?
It's funny. I think what resonated most was realizing that everyone, even people who seem super outgoing, they've probably felt that awkwardness too. This script shows that small talk is a skill, something you can learn and get better at, just like anything else.
Right. It's not like some people are born knowing how to do it and others aren't.
Exactly. It takes so much pressure off. You can just approach those conversations with curiosity, like a little game. Just see what happens.
I love that. A little game. It really can be like an adventure.
Yeah.
Discovering something new about someone, even if it's just a tiny thing.
And it reminds you that even those small moments, a quick chat, a smile, they can all make a difference. It's like we're all connected in this big web, and every conversation adds to that,
Absolutely. So as we wrap up this deep dive into, the surprisingly interesting world of small talk, I want to leave you with this. Think about the next time you are in a situation where there's going to be some small talk. Maybe it's a party or a work event, even just grabbing coffee. What are you most excited to try out from all the stuff we talked about?
Such a good question.
Yeah.
And hey, remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Just be yourself, be genuine, and see what happens. You might be surprised how fun and even meaningful those small conversations can be. So go out there and conquer the world of small talk. We believe in you.